ಹಲೋ ಇದತ್ತ ನಾನು
ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಆನ ಇದು
ಹಲೋ 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 ಮೈಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ
ಹಲೋ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅನೊಂಡಾಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಅದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗೋದು
ನಮ್ಮ ಐ ಟಿ ನಾವು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಐ ಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು
ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ
ಘೋಷ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೀವು ಘೋಷ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸತೀಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ
ಸತೀಶ್ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ
ಬೇಕಾ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು
ಘೋಷ್ ಎಸ್ ಕೆ ಘೋಷ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ಕೆ ಘೋಷ್
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡ
ಫಸ್ಟು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್
ಈಗ ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಂಜುಳಾಟಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ CSE. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರದೀಪ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ KGM ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ECE ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಉಮೇಶ್. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರಾಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ
3 ಜನನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ.
ನಮ್ದು ಫ್ಲೋ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ?
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನಾನು
ಇನಾಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಸಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಚ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ.
ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ರೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಇದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೇನ್. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಲೈಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್.
ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಥಂಡರಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್.
ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಬರ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಥಂಡರಸ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಭಯ್ಯ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ರೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಟುಡೇ.
ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್.
ನಾವೇನು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡೋಣ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗ್ಲಾಡ್ ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ಮುಂಚೂರು
ಏನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ಬರ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ನೀವೇ
ಈಗಾಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಿ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹೇಳೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೊಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸರ್.
Hello? Hello? Mic check. Hello?
It's very good morning to the audience. The guests of the guests of today's function are coming here onto the auditorium. When they enter, I request every one of you to give them a standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, the guests have come. I request every one of you to stand up and respect them with a standing ovation. This being the first function being organized in this auditorium, they are taking a photograph in front of the auditorium. The chairman is entering the hall. Please give him a thunderous applause. No gagging calls, please. Only applause. Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, Dr. S.K. Ghosh, Dr. Srirama Satish, Honorable Chairman, Dr. M.R. Hulinaikar, Trustees, Dr. Raman Hulinaikar, Dr. M.S. Patil, Srimati Ambika Patil, Honorable Principal Narendra Vishwanath, gracing the dais now. Give all the people a thunderous applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first function being organized in this auditorium, and we are all becoming a part of the history here. The Chief Convener, Dr. Dinesh of Computer Science. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the function commences with a Nadagita. I request every one of you to stand up. I request the dignitaries also. And the Nadagita commences now. Nadagita ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. I request every one of you. ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಆರಸಿತ ಜೈ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ನಟನ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಗ್ರಾಮ ಆನಕಮೈಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ದೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ಕರುಸಾತಿ ದೇವೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಸುಂದರ ನದಿವನಗಳ ನಾಡೆ ದೇವೇ ಸಂಶಿಗಳ ತೀರೆ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ಕರುಸಾತಿ ದೇವೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Thanks to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, from the scorching heat of this summer, which was there for the last weeks, the rain god has washed the city, and it's a very cool, salubrious climate, a wonderful auditorium, the world-renowned resource persons as the chief guests of this function. What a way to celebrate, and this is the first function being celebrated in this auditorium of Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology. So this is a wonderful occasion, a momentous occasion, and we are all becoming a part of the history. Ladies and gentlemen, when we thought of having this type of a conference, the very idea of having it was to commence with a state level conference, but after the days of COVID, we thought that we had not organized anything of this type. Therefore, we wanted to have it in the hybrid mode, and principal mooted the idea, let us do it on a grand scale. In the meeting of HODs, the things went well, and when we thought who the chief guest was supposed to be, so it was Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya's name came first, and the moment the name came, the conference went to the level of international grade. So we thought that we can have an international conference, and now the articles and the people from about 10 countries around have visited this particular conference, and they are presenting their research articles in this particular program. We are very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, now to commence this function of IC3, the International Conference on Internet of Things, Communication, Intelligence and Computing. We are having Kumari Deepa Aradhyamata and Kumari Anusha of 6th semester BE Computer Science to invoke the goddess.
गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय
by praying to the Lord Vigna Vinayaka to have this conference without any hazards. So we are very much thankful to Kumari Deepa Aradhya Mata and Kumari Anisha for the melodious blessings. Now our Honorable Principal Dr. Narendra Vishwanath will be here before you to welcome the gathering and also the guests. Sir, please.
A very warm good morning to one and all. Thank you. Respected Chairman and Managing Trustee of Sridevi Group of Institutions, Dr. M.R. Hulinaikarji. The Chief Guest and the Keynote Speaker, internationally renowned Professor Dr. Rajkumar Bhuyaji. Dr. Ghosh, Dr. Raman, and other dignitaries on the dais. It's indeed a very great honor and a momentous occasion to be standing before all of you on this august occasion of the IC3 International Conference on Internet of Things, Communication, Intelligence and Computing, being hosted by Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this international conference. This conference is a unique opportunity for us to come together and discuss the latest developments and trends in these rapidly evolving fields. As we all know, the Internet of Things has emerged as a game-changing technology, transforming the way we live, work, and communicate. With the proliferation of the connected devices and sensors, we are able to collect vast amounts of data which can be used to drive better decision-making and improve our daily lives. However, with great power comes great responsibility. As we embrace the Internet of Things, we must also be mindful of the potential risks and the challenges it poses. We must ensure that the security and privacy of our data is protected and that these technologies are used for the greater good. Communication and intelligence are also the key drivers of innovation and progress in today's world. With advances in communication technologies, we are now able to connect with people and business from all over the world, breaking down the barriers and fostering collaboration. And with the development of artificial intelligence, we are able to process and analyze the vast amounts of data, leading to new insights and discoveries. At this conference, we all explore these themes in depth, discussing the latest trends and the best practices in IoT, communication, intelligence, and computing. We will also hear from leading experts in the field and who will share their insights and experiences with us. As we embark on this journey of discovery, I urge all of you to be open-minded and curious and to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Let us work together to build a higher future where technology is used to create a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous world. On this occasion, let me quote Henry Ford: "Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success." This particular quote holds much better to our Honorable Chairman, whose dream of building an educational empire for the last 20 years has succeeded. And I take this opportunity to welcome our Honorable Chairman and Managing Trustee, Dr. M.R. Hulinaikar sir, to this occasion and also request him to preside over the function. Welcome to you, sir. We have with us the distinguished professor of Computing and Information Systems, the chief guest and the keynote speaker of the day, who has, without any hesitation, I should tell you at this moment a small incident that happened. I think that should quote the way how this whole concept of international conference came into picture. I will take not more than 2 minutes. It was one afternoon where I had a visitor from CAD/MAX Solutions from Bangalore. He was discussing with me on he was from electronics department. He was discussing with me on some aspects of how to collaborate and do work. In that connection, he just mentioned a name, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya. Honestly, on this platform, in front of all of you, I must confess, I had not heard of him because I am not a computing guy. But at the same moment, one of our professors walked in and he told, sir, he is a doyen. He's one among the 10 most cited experts in cloud computing. Then I thought, oh, is it? Immediately I did a search, and you don't believe, probably I think all of you can do it. The number of citations that he has is remarkable. It goes into, just like your YouTube video, into lakhs and lakhs. Anyways, that was the back of my mind, and then I concluded. And by then the concept of conference had already been sold into the group. I had already formed a committee. In the evening, when I was walking towards home at 7:30 in the evening, I happened to come across Dr. Dinesh. And I was chatting with him and I told, for a conference of this nature, we should have a person like, someone I have in my mind, without any knowledge that Dr. Dinesh knew about him. And Dr. Dinesh asked, sir, who is it? I told, there is a person whom I have in my mind. And I think the seventh sense worked. I told, he is from cloud computing, sir, is it Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya? I just showed him, this is exactly what I have in my mind. And by night 9 o'clock, we had Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya's acceptance to be the keynote speaker, and the dates were confirmed. That is how this concept of international conference came in. I mean, it's God sent. Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya is here with us today. I think you will all have a momentous opportunity to listen to him. Sir, it's our deep honor and pleasure to be inviting you to this prestigious conference and request you to accept our floral bouquet. We have another chief guest with us today, a renowned professor from IIT Kharagpur, Dr. Soumya Ghosh, who without any hesitation accepted our conference, reviewed the articles, and has also accepted to be with us to lead the sessions. Dr. Ghosh, it's our deemed honor to welcome you on behalf of the entire Sridevi group of institutions to this conference. We have another great personality who follows Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya very closely in his works, and another expert in the area of cloud and grid computing, none other than Professor Satish Srirama, University of Hyderabad. So I welcome you to this conference, sir. Welcome to you. We have with us another chief guest who was formerly Director Horticulture and also the former Vice Chancellor of Horticulture University, Bagalkot, Dr. Mahesh. Sir, I welcome you to this function, sir. We are truly privileged to have such distinguished individuals in our midst today. Our chairman, who is our source of inspiration, has a distinguished career not only in his professional field but also in academia. We are honored to have him today with us. As we embark on this conference, I urge once again all of you to concentrate on what is coming in front of you. Once again, it's my great pleasure to welcome Dr. Raman M. Hulinaikar sir, who is a source of inspiration, who always was very keen that institutes of eminence must be taken as a role model, and as professional institutions we should embark upon such journeys of international conference level, and hope we meet your expectations, sir. With that, I welcome you to this August conference on behalf of everyone gathered here. Welcome to you, sir. I would like to extend a very special welcome, and also somebody who is always there with us, encouraging us to go out of bounds and reach out for excellence. It is his inspiration, it is his motivation that brings us the best in us. It's none other than our Director HR and IT, Dr. M.S. Patil sir. I welcome you to this August gathering on behalf of everyone, sir. We have also with us today our administrator and the trustee for the Sridevi Charitable Trust, Mrs. Ambika Hulinaikar. Madam, I take this opportunity to welcome you to this August occasion. We are also privileged and honored to have Dr. Lavanya Hulinaikar Madam, who is our source of inspiration, who always motivates with encouraging words and is a part of every success journey that SIET embarks upon. Madam, on behalf of SIET, I cordially welcome you to this occasion. It's not easy to host an international conference of this level. The work that goes behind the screens is insurmountable. Dr. Dinesha, who took, when I first constituted the committee and I requested Dr. Dinesh to lead the team, he wholeheartedly accepted. It took us about a week to come out with the right theme, IC3, and then the journey started. And by the time it has come to a formal inauguration of this stage, the number of days and nights he has toiled with his team is highly appreciable, and you will see the result as the day unfolds. On behalf of each one of you and every one of us, I cordially welcome Dr. Dinesha, the convener for the international conference on. Before we begin our formal discussions and the conference proceedings, I would like to take a moment to welcome each of our members who have put in their best of the effort. Dr. Manjulati, Madam, I cordially invite you. Dr. Umesh from Electronics and Communication, and Dr. Pradeep KGM, who have put in the four of them. Once again, my cordial welcome to all my heads of the department, my dear teaching staff, who amidst my intense pressure on them for the NAC submission, they have put in their best of the efforts, and all my colleagues. And the best part is, the venue that you are sitting today, I think if I don't welcome them, I will be missing out the best. The entire technical team of the Sridevi group of institutions, everyone toiled till late last night, 2 a.m., rather early morning today, to make this event happen in the way that you are sitting here, whether it is our sound system or whether it is our LED wall or whether it is the entire auditorium that has come into the brightest of its shape, and the entire team, I take this opportunity to welcome all of them for this occasion and conference. I would just like to say a small anecdote before I close for the day. In 1961, John F. Kennedy announced a bold plan to put a man on the moon by the end of the decade. It was a daunting task that required the collaboration of thousands of scientists, engineers, and technicians from around the world. But in 1969, Neil Armstrong took his first step on the moon, proving that anything is possible when we work together for a common goal. As we embark upon this conference, let us remember the importance of collaboration, diversity, and innovation. Together, we can work towards a brighter future where our field is a resource of solutions and inspiration for the world. To my colleagues, peers, both old and new, welcome to this conference, and we are excited to continue our discussions and build new relationships and collaboration that will help us achieve our shared goals. With that, I once again take this opportunity to welcome all my dear students, all the participants, the press, the media, and ladies and gentlemen. Let us begin this conference on a brighter note. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you.
That was a wonderful welcome speech, which explains us what we went through the trials yesterday. The formal puja was done yesterday at this particular point of time, and before that, if anybody had seen this venue, we had never thought that we would have a function of this type today, because the things that were going on were in total disarray. Something was happening there, some wall, some sound system, something happening, everything. But the management went all the way and set everything right, and all the people who were connected with that participated in a very big way, with all the pressures as said by our principal. It was a daunting task, but completed to perfection here. We are very much thankful to all the people who have toiled here, and it is all because of the efforts of the management and also the very point by point work, and also the dedication that was contributed by each one of the members. These things have happened, and it was all moved by the Honorable Principal Dr. Narendra Vishwanath. So I welcome him very cordially on this occasion, which made these things possible. And also we are thankful to the management for having organized this type of a auditorium in a very short time. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will formally inaugurate this function by lighting the lamp from the dignitaries. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks to all the dignitaries for declaring open this international conference on Internet of Things, Communication, Intelligence and Computing, and formally declaring open the international workshop on cloud and edge computing also. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's the time to introduce the chief guest and the guests of honor on this occasion. I request Dr. Manjula T, the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, the professor from the University of Melbourne, Australia.
Good morning, everyone. We are delighted to be celebrating the Festival of Knowledge at this international conference, where experts and professionals from around the world have gathered to share their insights and expertise. And now, it's my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed chief guest for this event, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya. Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya is a Redmond Barry Distinguished Professor and Director of the Cloud Computing and Distributed Systems Laboratory at the University of Melbourne, Australia. He is also serving as the founding CEO of Microsoft, a spin-off company of the university, commercializing its innovations in cloud computing. He has authored over 850 publications and 7 textbooks, including Mastering Cloud Computing, published by McGraw-Hill, China Machine Press, and Morgan Kaufmann for Indian, Chinese, and international markets, respectively. Dr. Bhuya is one of the highly cited authors in computer science and software engineering worldwide. Software technologies for grid, cloud, and fog computing developed under Dr. Bhuya's leadership have gained rapid acceptance and are in use at several academic institutions and commercial enterprise in 50+ countries around the world. Microsoft's Aneka Cloud technology, developed under his leadership, has received Frost New Product Innovation Award. Dr. Bhuya sir received Mahatma Gandhi Award along with gold medals for his outstanding and extraordinary achievements in information technology field and service rendered to promote greater friendship and India international cooperation. He served as a founding editor-in-chief of the IEEE transaction on cloud computing. He is currently serving as editor of software, practice and experience, a long-standing journal in the field established 50+ years ago. He has presented over 700 invited talks on his vision on IT features, advanced computing technologies, and spiritual science at international conferences and institutions in Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. He is recently recognized as a Fellow of Academy of Europe. Let's give a thunderous round of applause to our chief guest, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, for gracing us with their presence today. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks to Dr. Manjula Madam for introducing the chief guest on this occasion to the audience, and we welcome you very cordially, sir. And now it's the introduction of another guest of honor, Dr. Soumya Kanti Ghosh from IIT Kharagpur. I request Professor Umesh from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering to introduce.
So good morning everyone. Let me introduce one more guest, Dr. S.K. Ghosh sir.
Basically, Dr. S.K. Gosar is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He received his PhD from the Department of CSE, IIT, Kharagpur. So before joining IIT, he worked as a scientist in the ISRO in the area of satellite remote sensing and geographic information system. He has been awarded the National Geospatial Chair by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India in the year 2018 to 2023. He has more than 400 research papers in the reputed journals and conference proceedings. His research interests including spatial data science, machine learning, cloud computing, and IoT. Dr. Gosar is a senior member of IEEE, member of ACM, and fellow of Royal Geographical Society, UK. So, sir, we are honored to have Dr. S.K. Gosar to join us today's conference. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks to Professor Umesh on this occasion for introducing the Professor of IIT Kharagpur, Dr. S.K. Ghosh. And now we introduce another guest of honor, Sri Rama Satish from the University of Hyderabad, and I request our Professor Pradeep KGM from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering to introduce.
So good morning everyone. So respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and external delegates, good morning to everyone. I am glad to introduce well-renowned Professor Dr. Satish Narayan Sriram. He is presently working as an associate professor at the School of Computer and Information Sciences, University of Hyderabad, India. He is also visiting professor and the honorary head of the Mobile and Cloud Lab at the Institute of Computer Science, University of Tartu, Estonia, which he led as research professor until June 2020. He received his PhD in computer science from RWTH University, HN University, Germany in the year 2008. His current research focuses on cloud computing, mobile research, mobile cloud, Internet of Things, fog computing, etc. He is a senior member of Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, IEEE, and an editor of Relay Software, and he is presently working as an associate editor of IEEE Transaction in cloud computing and a program committee member of several international conferences and workshops. Dr. Srirama sir has co-authored over 170 international reputed publications in many international conferences. We are honored to have Dr. Satish Srirama sir. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you, sir.
Thanks to Dr. Pradeep KGM for introducing the guest Professor Sri Rama Satish, the University of Hyderabad, on this occasion to the audience. And now it's the time for the keynote address by the chief guest, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, the professor from the University of Melbourne, Australia. Please give him a big round of applause. He will be speaking to you in depth and on the core subject of this particular international conference later, but however he will be having a very small keynote address on this occasion. I request you, sir, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, so start with Mallappa Huri Nayakaru. So who is the person behind this Sri Devi Trust that that founded several institutions of education focused on, of course, engineering and technology. So that is what the conference focused on. But of course, I'm very glad to hear that. So they have other focus such as medical, nursing, and many other aspects of education, which is very nice to see. And of course, other colleagues, I understand that Ramana Hulika are also the son, so he's also looking after the medical area. Very nice to see. Then the daughter as well, Ambika. So, and of course our principal, so who is also leading this engineering and technology aspect of this trust, and many of my friends, and of course Professor Soumya Ghosh from IIT Kharagpur, and Satish and other dignitaries on the dais and dignitaries of the dais, and of course students of this institute and the participants coming from various places to attend this conference. And ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So it is my honor and privilege to be here. Of course, coming to Karnataka is certainly coming like homecoming. So I'm also Kannadiga. So I'm from Bidar. So those of you who watch Karnataka map very carefully, the top district is Bidar. Then of course, as you come down, then you will see Bengaluru, Tumkur, then Bangalore, and so on. Okay. So this is the conference of this nature, focusing on advances in IT and the technology, not only information technology, but how can we apply this information technology to real world problems. For example, say agriculture, so where we can apply information technology, in particular the concept that are discussed in this conference, Internet of Things. So thereby we can use resources needed for agriculture efficiently. The primary resource for agriculture is water. So water is the main important resource, and how can we use this water resource very efficiently and produce agriculture product which are quality with efficient use of water. So that is one of the real focus of IoT applications. Then other area is healthcare. So we see, so here you have got a medical college. So suppose if you become very expert in IoT programming, creation of IoT application, and you want to demonstrate its use in real world, one of the best place to, or best area to focus on creating some kind of healthcare application. And for that purpose, you need to have understanding of health science requirement. So it is very great to see that there is a medical college just here. You can go and talk to right people, and then you'll be able to create a solution that brings expertise of medical and the technology together. And when you bring this medical and technology together, you can produce solution that is of interest to real world. So common man can benefit. So that is how we should be thinking, nowadays, so that we can make impact. Then just simply look at IT in general, information technology or computer science. So during last 30 years, even in India, so a lot of transformation has taken place. So during the early phases, early days of computing and IT, the focus was more on body shopping. Suppose if you graduate from an institute like this, then what do? So you go and join for a company like Infosys or Wipro, HCL. So they will just send you to America where you go and implement and come back. So that was called body shopping. And then afterwards they realized that, okay, why don't, instead of sending people to where work is, why don't you bring work to the people where the people are? Correct? These are two different concepts. One is you send people to the work, that's the first phase. Second phase is bring the work to the people. So this way we don't have to send them, let them be wherever they are, comfortable, but they can do from here. So that is made possible due to the advances in technology itself, such as internet becoming ubiquitous. And the third generation, what happened? So R&D used to take place in other countries. They thought, okay, now the people in India, in Bangalore, in Karnataka in particular, so it looks like they're very smart, not just implementing something that we tell them to do, but they also can create new ideas. So this is where R&D came. And you can see this institute, we have director of R&D. So somebody was a director of R&D, yes. So looking after R&D aspect of the science, engineering and technology institute. So that brings the R&D aspect. And the fourth phase now is that India itself needs these solutions. We don't have to create these IT solutions and send it abroad, but we ourselves need. Why we need? Because we are becoming number one in population. Correct? India is becoming number one country in the world in terms of people living in this country. So therefore, we need automation here itself. So automation can be banking automation. Now we see everywhere. People are not even accepting the notes. If you want to pay something by notes, they don't accept. Not only in businesses, but even temples also. You go to temples. So I went to Hare Krishna temple, a few days ago, and I stayed there. So then, whenever we want to have prasada, we went and gave them 500 notes or 50 rupees notes to get a coupon. They said, no, we don't accept that anymore. They say you pay through electronics means Paytm, Pay to Modi, and so on. Correct? Paytm stands for Pay to Modi. So Modi is coming, it seems, here. So very good to see. So anyway, so this is the level of automation, and this is all made possible by advances in IT, such as cloud computing, which we will be discussing today. So that means the benefits of IT, what supposed to be only used by some big corporates, is now flown to masses. And we need to bring not only banking operation to the masses, we also need to bring healthcare operation to the masses. Just like you can transact remotely wherever you want, can we also do without going to the doctor physically? Can we see our health? How are we doing? Am I doing okay? Am I taking right type of food? Am I taking right amount of sleep? This is also important. Sometimes if you work hard 24 hours like this for 8 days, then you will finish. So it is also important to be taking care of ourselves. That is where healthcare comes into picture. I am sure as we go along within 10 years, just like this payment has become ubiquitous, everybody has mobile phone and paying remotely using payphone, GPay or whatever. Similarly, you will also see healthcare solution where you can take care of yourself most of the time. Only in emergency you go to the hospital. Otherwise, we have to be at home and you monitor yourself. And this is exactly what's supposed to happen during this pandemic. Pandemic, what happens, as you all know, somebody experiences a symptom, something like fever, out of fear, they run to the hospital. So actually they catch this coronavirus in the hospital. Most of them didn't catch at home, so they catch at hospital because hospital people already, some of them had positive and they came. So how nice it would have been if you had some kind of simple health monitor and you were there at the home, then you monitor, and 90% of the people are okay, they will recover automatically. Maybe 5% may need attention. Such time you bring it. So this way, if by following this approach, you would have saved a lot of people, correct? So during that peak pandemic, so many people passed away. So unfortunately, but anyway, so these problems will come. Nowadays we are progressing so rapidly, and then world is so much of interconnected. If there is some virus in Timbuktu, within few days it will come to Tumkur, correct? The fast it will come very fast. So therefore, we need to be prepared for next level of any challenges that we encounter in healthcare, and of course other areas also. The food is another area. If there is a rainfall is not proper, and then that creates a problem. So how do we prepare for better agriculture, better healthcare, better business, and on top of it, now we are fully interconnected. This is a blessing, but it is also a curse. In this world, whatever we create something to solve a problem, and that solution will create a new problem. So that is why we keep on creating problem after problem. There is no end to the problem, correct? In fact, this world will not have end to the problem, by the way. Even if you stay in this Karnataka or in Tumkur for next 10,000 years, there will be more and more problems. And this world is designed to be that way, correct? Morning we have, during inauguration, so they not only appreciated Jai Bharat Taniyam, then Jai Karnataka Mate. After that, they moved to Sri Ganesha. Correct? So Sri Ganesha is known for scribing Bhagavad Gita. Vyasa Muni has dictated and then he has written. So there was a praise of Sri Ganesha. There was a song invocation. And of course there, if you see clearly, so in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that this world where we all are living is a Dukkhalaya and Asyasvata. Dukkhalaya, place of misery, and also temporary. It seems like we are living here billions of years, but billions of years is just nothing in the context of Adi Purusha. So this is a temporary world. Anyway, we need to make sure that we live happily and peacefully. But unfortunately, a fully connected world of the social networks, mobile phone. As a result, we are also becoming disconnected. We do not know who is our neighbor, correct? So often we do not know who is our grandfather. Maybe Hulikar sir will know. Huli Nayaka, correct? Huli Nayaka means the leader of all the hulis, correct? The tigers and lions, who can be leader? So there's a Huli Nayaka. So like that, maybe people will be able to control, but the rest of the people are disconnected. Because of this, by 2050, we will have this mental health problem as the biggest problem in the world. Already in developed countries like Australia, so it has become a big problem. The governments are investing more money in addressing mental health problem than physical health problem. We have physical health problem. Sometimes you have headache, leg ache, knee ache, all kind of problem you will have as time progresses, correct? As our age progresses, you have all this problem. So the investment in mental health is so much because people are, the mental health problem, not only the old people but also younger people. As a result, you never know. Some person seems to be very good, he is a Olympic medal winner and also film star, then next day they died themselves, they are taking life. This is a mental health problem. So mental health problem also requires solution. So this is where we also need to look into not only interconnected through this network, but we also need to interconnect through emotionally, and we also need to interconnect through spiritually. I think this conference is teaching us when we light the lamp. That is the reason. So we are invoking light, knowledge into our divinity into our life. So in this case, we invited divinity into this conference. So not only speaking some technical matter, how to live peacefully, happily, with comfort, that's what we can do. But we may not have a peace. But for that peace, we need to connect with the divinity. And this conference has begun inaugurating that connection with the divinity. And I hope that this conference you not only become wise technically, also engineering, perhaps learn a bit about medical, but the goal is to be wholesale person. Correct? In business term they call end-to-end solution. So I think that is what this conference is trying to do, and this trust is trying to do. So I'm very happy that the leaders are thinking in the direction, and they have set a stage for next 2 days where we can develop their thoughts. So not only networking with the people, connecting with them, knowing their area, so that way we can do collaborative work in the future. Our principal mentioned about the collaboration, and this conference is all about collaboration actually. So meeting of minds, thoughts, then of course having this divinity aspect into it makes it what unique. In international conferences in abroad, they usually don't integrate this aspect. Immediately they go to the technology. And then after the conference over, they run away. So there is no connectivity. But here we connect physically, we connect emotionally, and we connect spiritually. Okay, with this inauguration we begin. So let us continue. So this thought for next 2 days. I'd like to thank all of you for coming here, and I look forward to interact with you for next 2 days. Thank you.
That was the keynote address from Rajkumar Bhuya, the professor from the University of Melbourne, Australia, on various issues related to medical healthcare, the social problems, and also anything related to agriculture and such other things. He also spoke on spiritual issues and also on the activities of the institute, and has appreciated us. We are very much thankful to you, sir, for the small keynote address appreciating the people here on this occasion. Thank you, sir. And I request Professor Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Kharagpur, Dr. Soumya Ghosh, for the few address.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here. I would like to thank all members, especially Honorable Chairman and Managing Trustee, Dr. Kuli Nayakar, Dr. Vishwanath, also other dignitaries, and definitely Professor Raj. We are having long acquaintance, Professor Satish, and all dignitaries on the stage. So it's a great pleasure to be here. I am really thankful. And the conference also, if we see, as mentioned by Professor Raj, like it touches all major pillars, right? IoT, communication, intelligence, computing, which is like what we say that the major not only research application area what we see across the world, if we look at computer science, IT, or any other field, right? And a wide scale application, as Professor Raj was mentioning, healthcare, anything you think of, healthcare, transport, or agriculture, everywhere the penetration is there. And definitely, as mentioned by Dr. Vishwanath during his speech, that we need to be careful about how we use, so that it means masses at large or society at large is getting benefited out of the whole thing, and maybe the students is the best way who can carry over this. And it's a very interesting fact what we saw, that number of say girl students and ladies in this institute is more than the boys. So it's a nice thing that a good participation from this group is coming up, and it is very good for the country as a whole. So what I feel, you should, especially the students, should use this opportunity of this type of conference to get knowledge across different areas, and which may lead to your add-on to your curriculum or whatever you are being taught, and think of about small what we say work or small projects which may give you an exposure of the things, right? So say a 2-day conference may not change everything what you have learned, but it gives up, open up different areas of the things, right? So it is a nice thing that such international level conference being organized, and you should take a full opportunity of the things, right? And very nice place, I should say. I maybe have seen little part of your campus, but really fascinated to overall arrangements, the welcomeness and type of things what we have. So I, without prolonging anything, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee for organizing such a things. And also I heard this particular auditorium is was inaugurated yesterday. So nice of it. So thank you all for giving me opportunity to come here, and let us have a fruitful discussion, interaction among the participants and also the students and faculty members of this institute. Thank you.
That is Dr. Soumya Kanti Ghosh addressing the students on this occasion and also the participants, to say that we can have more of the fruitful discussions in the next sessions to come. And it is also a word of suggestion from him that we have to have the best use of these type of activities in the institute and elsewhere. So thanks to you, sir, on this occasion. And now I request Professor Satish Srirama from the University of Hyderabad to advise the students and also the participants.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, okay, and Chairman Dr. Kulnaikar. Okay, sorry, I'm from Andhra Pradesh. If I'm spelling it wrong or pronouncing it wrong, excuse me. Okay, and that too, like I was in Europe for almost 18 years. I came back, returned only 2 years ago, and joined University of Hyderabad. Okay, so a lot of the Indian aspects I have lost with time. Okay, so I am gaining them back. Okay, these are the conferences which are bringing me back to my own environment, Indian. Okay, so basically, like I'm also getting used to that one. Okay, and also other respected dignitaries, Dr. Vidya Shankar Garu. Okay, and also like Principal Dr. Vishwanath. Thank you very much for inviting us here, okay, into this conference, and we'll be able to share our experiences, okay, and we'll also be knowing your knowledge. Basically, this is basically the idea of the conference, okay, meet together, discuss together, okay, build the new problems, okay, find the new problems, find new solutions for the problems. Regarding this conference is concerned, I mean, like it is focused at Internet of Things and communication, intelligence, okay. So more or less like it is around, it is more or less being designed around this sort of intelligence and Internet of Things, etc. That is smart solutions, okay. So India is really in need of these sort of smart solutions. Say for example, like as Professor Rajkumar, we also have mentioned, we are looking at several things. Say for example, our Indian focus had been towards the smart cities. Today morning I also heard like Tumkur also has some smart city based fundings, and then like you have the lake, which is, I mean like it has been built around to try to be everything is smart, okay. The smartness, okay, so basically like you are trying to get different information using different sensors. That is what is Internet of Things is talking about, and then like you collect the information, you process it, and you use it for something good, okay, something for the better of the society, okay. So smart cities, okay, and also like Professor also has touched about smart agriculture. That is again another major need, I think, especially from this region, okay, Karnataka, okay, mainly dependent on agriculture. That means like we need a lot of water, okay. Are we efficiently using the water? Say for example, agriculture doesn't mean like you put as much of water as you have. So you basically have to think about like when it is ideal to put more water, okay, and when it is ideal to put more pesticides, or like say for example the other things. Okay, so it is always based on monitoring the things like whether what is the moisture level in the soil, or like whether there are which parts of the field are pest infested. Okay, what type of crop we are using, lot of interesting things. Especially looking from this institute is concerned, I have heard like other than law you have every other degree here. Okay, that means like it's a great source of doing interdisciplinary research. Okay, so that is I mean like taking forward from this conference and the knowledge from this one and from this experience, especially you are the R&D director. Okay, so you are at an excellent place where you can do interdisciplinary research. You can actually encourage the students, okay, next generation students to basically address interesting research challenges. Okay, I mean like this is very interesting place. I can very easily see, as professor also have mentioned, a smart healthcare scenario or like smart healthcare tools, okay, technology services developed from here, because like you also have the domain expertise from the medical sciences and also like technological expertise from the engineering sides. Okay, so that is actually a very interesting thing. Okay, and especially India needs, this is the need of the hour. I mean like COVID has actually taught us this one. Okay, so we have to come out with innovative solutions, taking the expertise from multiple domains. Okay, not just from this perspective. I mean like we are exactly at a place where like India itself, I mean like with volatile borders, we also have to think in terms of smart way of addressing the defense and everything. Okay, I mean like building a strong nation always starts from individual things, and then like whatever the small contribution which you are making ultimately add up to the bigger contributions. Okay, so make better use of this conference, try to interact with the people, different perspectives, different opinions, different domains, different okay, so technologies and everything. Okay, try to join all the things. Okay, discuss with as many people as possible, take the advantage of this conference. Okay, and then like make, okay, India better. Okay, so basically like we all have to try to meet India needs and India challenges. Okay, their side as well. Okay, so probably like this is one of the very big international conferences you are organizing. Take the expertise from this one. Okay, and then like as I said, like take the major strengths of the institute, the interdisciplinary research, keep pushing that one. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I wish you all that it will be a great conference. Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are the best wishes from the Professor of University of Hyderabad, Dr. Satish Srirama, focusing on the issues related to anything in the society. Particularly, he spoke about water management, the soil moisture, so many other things, and it was a variety of subjects, particularly related to computing, intelligence, so many other things. Of course, people in the circuit branches and also the information science and computer branches can make out the best out of it, but the other branch people also need to take interest in this so that they can get the best use out of them. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the words of advice to our participants and also the students. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest here, Dr. D.L. Maheshwar, who is a Vice Chancellor in the University of Horticultural Sciences, Karnataka, gracing us on this occasion. He has the 32 years of domain professional developmental experience and has a great experience in other issues related to projects, program evaluation, mentoring faculty for senior administrators, he has established the nation's first horticultural engineering college in the country, and mentoring for the national academic and excellence performance. So he has proven academically excellent milestones and credible academic innovations in green graduation, and he has a network asset of the state, national and international associationship, vast university linkages, network with experts and peers and institutions. So his workload complexity includes holistic visioning and goal setting tasks, foundation efforts in academia development, roadmap development for college establishment, recruitment and capacity building, institutional building intricacies, etc. So he has the commitment to transformation of student to a specialist with the wisdom and skills, insight being given to them at right time, and the promotion of vision to value, which is an intellectual outlook. So it's a blessing in disguise. Earlier he was not on the list of it, but all of a sudden he had come to us, and naturally we were very happy to have him on this occasion as one of the guests. So he will have a few words of advice on this occasion for the participants, which will be a boon for us to hear to him. Thank you. Sir.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Good morning and happy morning. At the outset, today I am privileged to be a part of this international conference. This came to me as a surprise. Thanks to the Honorable Chairman Dr. Hulnaikar Saab for having invited me for a discussion, and which has coincided with this international conference and workshop in this great institution. Dr. Hulnaikar Saab, the dignitaries on the dais, and the young aspirants who are participating in this workshop. In fact, the theme of this workshop, as addressed by the keynote speaker Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, followed by Satish from Hyderabad. I am sure that now your insights have been kindled to see how this subject of IoT or this communication, intelligence and computing subject will be of relevance for you all to learn and contribute. Thanks to the principal and the academic experts who thought of this particular subject as a brainstorming program for you all. Dear friends, please look at these experts, academicians and researchers as volumes of knowledge. They are for you looking at individual, but they are packed with the wisdom and the skill where you all going to be molded. At this point of time, I was so happy, since my fraternity is plant science, agricultural science and horticultural science, which was very aptly indicated by Dr. Rajkumar, wherein it was endorsed by Dr. Satish also. See, the existence of any individual in this planet should end up with a footprint of himself or herself. What is that? How many of us are in the hearts of clients, customers, students, farmers, businessmen, etc.? Can we able to translate our knowledge, wisdom and skills for the livelihood of any of these clients? More so, anything may wait, not agriculture. That is the standard slogan of a country like India. And anything could be achieved only with this type of science-based activities, which are plant-based, plant-centric activities. Unless the technology is going to empower the strength of the individual who can contribute for the livelihood and also for the sustenance of this planet. Any of the educational investments, number of graduates, number of rankings, fine. They all should be able to end up again in bringing an impactful change in the society and in the community. As agriculture, as plant science, nowadays it is on the prime consideration in whole of the globe, country and the state. As rightly indicated by Dr. Satish, that irrigation has become a very common way of supplying distribution of water to the plants. No. Irrigation is a science itself. Irrigation requires a blending of engineering practices with plant practices. What is this climate change? What happens if the temperature is more than 34 degrees? How much to irrigate? Which crop it has to be given? Whether the same level of irrigation could be given throughout its lifetime? No. So this irrigation science itself requires the support of this, computer-based, internet-based activities. For your information, the penetration of IoT in agricultural sciences in a country like India is not more than 15%, 1/5. Why? With all advances, with all institutions, graduates, etc., the penetration of this particular science in the agriculture field is not yet so promising, but it's a challenge for all of you to look into that, learn from them, prepare your mind, prepare your projects to address these things. Now, poor farmers, they are not being equipped with this computerized applications in their production activities, in their plant raising activities, plant protection. We call drone technology. How many drones have been applying in any of the cities or villages? And how many farmers are aware of the good markets for their marketing of the crops? Can this technology could able to support them? How many farmers in a day-to-day routine are they able to use these technologies? If you can think of those things, if you can contribute through this, advisors, plans, preparedness, I'm sure that your participation in a seminar like this, in a conference like this, is going to add value. Let me request the principal, maybe the students in this gathering should decide as to how a few of the computerized internet, blockchain, etc., could be adopted into their few projects. I'm sure by the time the experts organize similar type of conferences or workshop, you will be in a position to present your project which are could able to support these plant sciences. I'm sure the institution guided by Honorable Dr. Hulinaikar is certainly going to empower you all. The faculty is so strong, they could able to guide you better. And very soon, with all the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary programs being established, I'm sure, I wish this institution should get into the mode of university status. I would like to quote one small citation of our great Mahakavi, Kuvempu. ಕುವೆಂಪು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರು ಹೂವಾಗಿ ಅರಳು, ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರು ಹೂವಾಗಿ ಅರಳು, ಪರಿಮಳವ ಬೀರು, ದುಂಬಿಗಳು ಬರುವು ತಾನಾಗಿ. Meaning, you have everything around you. Grasp all that knowledge with skills around you. Bloom yourself with attractive color, shining color. Then produce a best fragrance. With the fragrance, the butterflies, they will come in search of that fragrance. So that should be the quality of all the participants in this institute, including faculty, students, and everyone. With that, I am sure that you are going to, honor the regard, credentials, confidentiality, and trust what is provided by the chairman, Dr. Hulinaikar, and their associates. Well, my only wish is, in days to come, for any of the plant or agriculture or plant sciences or biological science required inputs to this university, to this institute, and to the individuals through the principal, I can extend my little mite for the progress of this institution. And I wish this today's and tomorrow's conference should enlighten you all for a better outlook of your own career, and let the recommendations being proposed are going to be useful for the planet itself, may not be for the institute or for the society or the community, for the planet itself. So I wish this international conference on Internet of Things, communication, intelligence and computing should make a footprint in the institution and to serve the community. Thank you one and all. I thank the dignitaries for having given me this opportunity. Thank you.
Dear audience, that was a blessing in disguise, but we have the best delivery here from Dr. D.L. Maheshwar, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Horticulture Sciences, who just said that we have to integrate the computing and the management with the actual things that are very necessary, such as irrigation, water management, and various such other business things which are related to the society. And we are very much thankful to you, sir, for that piece of good talk to our audience on this occasion. And now it's the time for us that we have the customary proceedings that we do always in all our functions. So it's the time to felicitate the guests on this occasion. I request the honorable dignitaries and the honorable chairman, Dr. M.R. Hulinaikar, to felicitate the dignitaries.
Hello, Mantesh, I'm sorry, Nagaraj. 7-year release marks for the first. 7-year release marks. 7-year release marks. Felicitation.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
ಇದನ್ನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಆದಮೇಲೆ.
So I'd like to thank the trustee Mallappa Vinayakaru. The honor that they bestowed, he bestowed on me and also my colleagues Satish and Soumya, and of course our VC from agriculture, area agriculture also. So I like to present a small book which is Sri Isonu book. You know, we are here from Modi and others talking about Man Ki Baat, and this book about Dil Ki Baat. So hopefully, so Dil Ki Baat connect not only heart of ourselves, but also the Dil Ki Baat is also essential to make that this institute grows with great eminence and great prominence as time passes.
Isopanishad. That's the presentation of the book, Isopanishad, from Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya to our Honorable Chairman. Okay. Thanks to the Honorable dignitaries on this occasion for felicitating the guests on this wonderful occasion. And now I request our Honorable Trustee and Medical Director, Sridevi Institute of Medical Sciences and Research Hospital, Dr. Raman Hulinaikar, to deliver a few words of advice.
Honorable Chairman, former MLC Dr. M.R. Hulinaikar sir, speakers and professors of international repute who have come here in spite of their valuable time to address you all, honorable dignitaries on the dais, Principal Narendra sir, faculty staff, professors of Sridevi Engineering College, dear students. It's a pleasure to be a part of this international conference, though being non-technical person among you. But it's been an honor and pleasure both. We all know that technology has come a long way. In the initial days, it used to take decades, or maybe a century also, for the technology to come, any innovation to come to India. Slowly it came to a decade, then maybe 5 to 8 years, then a year. Now, all the technology is being shared parallelly across the world. That is how fast the development is taking place, innovations are taking place. Soon, I think it's already happening, but soon the technology will be starting from our country and it will be extending to the other nations also. With the Modi ji's dream, Make in India, sharing of technology, we hope that technology will be developed and innovated here and exported to other nations. These platforms, these academic conferences will be aiding you for this. Why these conferences, these speakers, these addresses are important for you all? You might think that I can read on my palm top or my mobile. The issue is you can read only the topic, but the experience of these speakers, of decades of their experience, just to create a 45 minutes of a keynote address they would have referred 10s and 20 journals, latest citations, latest events, everything they would have referred to just squeeze into a 45-minute address. This you will not be able to get on your own. So please make full use of this conference, and also not only the topics, the interaction with the professors here, you can share their experiences. Why we need to interact is more than the technology. Right now is the development of an idea. You all know with the technology is getting very easy now. You can get anything anywhere from the world, but the conceptualization of an idea is more important. Just a basic idea can click anywhere to you, anytime, but these platforms will aid you that. So try to keep your minds open, listen to these speakers, get into more and more events like this. Sridevi Engineering College is doing very good, having academic conferences, events like this, having incubation centers, getting more and more speakers like this. I hope this continues and you all make full use of it, and thank you all for the staff who have called me here to grace this occasion. Thank you.
Honorable Medical Director Dr. Raman Hulinaikar said the development of an idea is always the priority rather than all other things. The development of an idea takes you a long way using the technologies which are present here. So getting exposed to the world through the developments is very important. So ladies and gentlemen, we are very much thankful to him on this occasion for his piece of advice to the participants. And now I request the Honorable Director, HR and IT, Shri M.S. Patil, for the few words of advice.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Chairman Sir, Professor Bhuya Sir, Beloved Principal, our Medical Director, and others. It gives me an immense pleasure to stand before in the international conference IQ, Internet of Things, Communication, Cloud Computing, and latest technology in the IT sector. It has taken a lot of pain for the faculty and the principals to make this event as a grand success, as you can see today. If we go back and check revolution or history of IT in India, in 1966, a committee is formed to look after IT growth in India at Mumbai with the vision of Tata Group. In 68, Tata Consultancy Services was started, and by the help of policies from central government and other statutory bodies, the growth has begun. Earlier 80s, very limited number of companies were there who were doing manufacturing systems and exporting software to the world. It was around 5 billion that time. Later, the tremendous growth and liberalization from the central government, 1990s, the world started looking after the development happening in India. Many institutions like Infosys, HCL contributed a lot to the industry, and they made India as back office of entire world. Now, more than 225 billion worth software is exported, services are exported across the world. Not only that, if we consider where in day-to-day life IT is implemented or how it is utilized by the general public. You may be heard now there are robotic surgeries happening across the world, lot of investigations happening through IT equipments. If you can see the latest trend, ChatGPT, where you can put any question, it not only gives the historical answer, but also it suggests you the solution, what it could be, correct? So artificial intelligence has become a hot cake or a new generation technology era where the focus of the biggest IT firm and the institutions are coming up. To give more example, IT has eased the life of an individual. Now you can see the banking sector, the payment apps, and the manufacturing industry, civil, and many more. The time taken in 90s and 2000 era has reduced drastically, correct? The roads are building quickly, infrastructure development in terms of IT is happening very quickly. By the time we talk about 4G, already 5G has evolved. We can see many advanced technology coming up in day-to-day life. IoT, Internet of Things, is majorly concerned about sensing and measuring real-time situations. For example, earlier there were many accidents happening. Now we have a solution for that. Sensors have been put in the car. It will sense if there is any obstacle is coming up into the pathway. It definitely stops by itself. Driver may be given a hint, but also it acts automatically. These kind of developments happening across the world, and you have seen driverless cars are roaming in US, in Europe. The same technology, the same cars you can see in India as well. So we were dreaming how driverless cars will be there, how a person sitting in that part of the country will do the video call and all in earlier days. But now those things are happening. Smartphones, smart homes, then voice assisted commands, voice assisted driving like ADAS. Each and every day the development and the energy is going to this sector is a huge. To taking that into consideration, our principal and our honorable chairman, we planned, why can't we call our great resources across the country or across the world to educate our students. With that effort, by principal and Dr. Dinesh and their team and all the faculty and HOD, they planned this event to make sure our students also on par with the IITs and ISC students. So it's a great time and a great opportunity for all of you. Since you are in third year and fourth year, instead of taking the projects or just covering up with new codes, you can start by your own. You can have ideas here, you can develop your own ideas. Sky is the limit for that. To guide that, we have great personalities with us today, and I thank people traveled across and coming and visiting our students and training them in these technologies. And also I thank our principal and the team who made this event a grand success. We look forward 2 days resourceful time spent by learning the new technology by the resource person. I congratulate one and all being here, part of this great event, and we hope we'll have a great learning experience today and tomorrow. Thank you.
So those were the words of advice telling us about
how the technology evolved over this, how the TCS evolved, all this. And he has also said that we should make use of these opportunities in a better way so that the incubation of these things should be done at this point of contact, and we should make the best use of them here on this occasion for the future also. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very much thankful to Mr. M.S. Patil, the Director HR and IT. And now it's the time to release the e-proceedings in the form of CD. I request the honorable dignitaries to release the CDs. Thanks to the chief guest and the dignitaries for releasing this e-proceedings of this conference, IC3. And now I request our Honorable Chairman, Dr. M.R. Hulinaikar, for the presidential address.
Good afternoon to everybody. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya, Professor Soumyakanti Ghosh, Professor Satish Sriram, Dr. Maheshwar, Dr. Narendra Vishwanath, Dr. Raman, Mr. M.S. Patil, Dr. Dinesh, Dr. Umesh, Dr. Manjula, Dr. Pradeep, all the participants of this event. I am very happy and delighted amongst the great scientists, technologists and experts from different parts of I know the experts are going to talk to you in detail and in depth about the technological knowledge. Just I want to thank all the people who have come from different parts and also all the participants. As you all know, ancient wisdom of India, especially in the mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, many things probably in continuation of this, soon after the independence, our great scientists like C.V. Raman, Homi Bhabha, Sarabhai, Vikram Sarabhai, Abdul Kalam have put their sincere efforts for the development of scientific knowledge and applied things like space technology. Probably that is a beginning of our scientific thinking. Around 2000, our politicians our officers, our thinkers, they started more of technological institutions. That's how today we are seeing lakhs and lakhs of technological experts and technological graduates. Probably these technological graduates spread all over the world. Our contribution to the world is enormous in technological experts. That is the way we have grown enormously. Today, our Prime Minister is emphasizing too much about digital India, startups, technical education, many things. Probably this is the reason about 20 years back we were struggling financially. Today we are number 5th in the economy of the world. Our Prime Minister aim is to go to number 3 within another 1 or 2 years. It is all because of your expertization, your knowledge, not only in India, even outside India. So we are thankful to our forefathers, scientific thinkers, especially technological experts. Our experts are going to deal with different kinds of maybe electronics, computer science, information science, related to artificial intelligence. Many things they are going to deal in depth scientifically. I request you all to participate actively, get the benefit of all these experts, so that in future you also can produce your papers, do some research work, contribute to the world with your technological knowledge. I wholeheartedly thank our principal and different professors who have taken this initiation to expose our students and our teachers to the international scientists. I wish these two days event will enlighten you all to think about science, technology, innovation, research, etc. Thank you, one and all.
Honorable Chairman has given the presidential address saying that the nation has developed in the past due to the efforts which were put forth by our forefathers and also the great thinkers who have led India since independence. The technologies that are happening in the nation are only because of the efforts put forth by the scientists who are present and who are leading the scientific field and the technology these days. And as the management, the chairman always says that do something other than the curriculum, something which can add on to the curriculum, do some activities, do this. He always forces, he always says that, and in that direction we are also putting forth our efforts in a great way, and we are trying to do something which is always abetting the students to achieve higher and higher. So we are thankful to the management on this occasion and also the Honorable Chairman for inspiring us and enthusing us on all these occasions in all forums of kind and cash, everything for these type of activities. We are thankful to Honorable Chairman on this occasion for the kind presidential address. We are very much thankful to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dr. D.L. Maheshwar, who is the Vice Chancellor of University of Article Sciences, wants to congratulate our Honorable Chairman because it's the gratitude that he has shown
to the chairman on this occasion, and he wanted to present something as a mark of respect and honor to the chairman. Dear friends, to commemorate this international conference and workshop, I strongly feel that I should present a green gift or a green memento to the Honorable Chairman of the Institute. Friends, what you are seeing is a plant which is known as Navakalparuksha. Navakalparuksha, and this plant produces the biggest sized fruit on the planet. Biggest sized fruit on the planet is known as, you have to educate your people on this. So this is called jackfruit, halasina hannu. Okay, what is next? What is next? This is not an ordinary variety. This variety is known as Lalbagh Madura. Lalbagh Madura, which is having a unique speciality, like this is not going to give the fruits in regular season. In off season, starting from September to January, this gives fruits. So that is the speciality of this variety. Number two, the flesh is light purple and it starts bearing at 4th year. And this fruit, like any other fruit, doesn't have latex, no gum, gumless. So that is the specialty of this plant. I thought this would be a good, memorable plant which I should give to our Honorable Chairman, wherein it will also commemorate this particular international conference. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So that was the gesture of goodwill that is generated by Dr. D.L. Maheshwar on this occasion. So that was his gratefulness. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And now I request the chief convener of this IC3, the Conference on Internet of Things, Communication, Intelligence and Computing, Dr. Dinesh H.A. for the vote of thanks.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Congratulations students and participants and dignitaries of the dais and on the dais. We have reached end of the inauguration. So last 2 minutes of your attention please. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Why I am telling this? The conference is from darkness to light. It is from ಕತ್ತಲಿನಿಂದ ಬೆಳಕಿನೆಡೆಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವಿಷದಿಂದ ಅಮೃತದೆಡೆಗೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಸದ್ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ರಿಸರ್ಚನ್ನು ಕೆಲವು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಲೈಟ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ದಿನೇಶ್, ಚೀಫ್ ಕನ್ವೀನರ್ ಆಫ್ IC3 and Professor Computer Science, Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology, is going to start word of thanks on behalf of SIET and IC3. So first and foremost, anything, any visions and any dream or any objective, there will be a father. We call it as a Apache. SIT, Sridevi Group of institution, Apache. Dr. M.R. Ulinaikar sir, my deepest gratitude and respect to you sir for all your cooperation, support, inspiration and blessings for this initiation of the particular conference. I take this opportunity to say one word: Swadeshi Pujite Raja, Vidwan Pujite Sarvadesh Sarvaka. Andre, kings are worshipped in the country, but the Vidwans are worshipped or respected all across the world. So we have initially 3 Vidwan, now 4 Vidwan. So I was about to tell Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So who is the 3 Vidwan who came from all the way from the different places of the world to give a lightening of darkness to light. So it is none other than our Dr. Rajkumar Bhuya sir, Dr. Soumyakanth Ghosh sir and Professor Sriram sir. My deepest gratitude and the respect to you 3 Vidwan. Really we are wonder in computer science and electronics field. They are made a top remarks and renowned professor in the world who have been respected everywhere. So it's really the fortunate and the luckiest things that you are all seeing them in Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology, the new auditorium. Okay, it's really a memorable and respectable. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I express, so one of the renowned professor and vice chancellor of agriculture, you might have seen how the sir has expressed about the plant. The presentation was really explained. That shows the deepest knowledge and the inspiration and the darkness towards lighten. That knowledge that he has in a mind, that really in a 2 minutes it has really showcased very well. My highest appreciation and gratitude to you sir, Dr. Maheshwar sir. Next, the sources who reached the heights in the life but still down to earth. They always smile, always supportive, always humble, but they are really a great achiever who is none other than our Dr. Raman M. Ulinaikar sir and Dr. Lavanya madam, who really appreciated, and the first congratulation before the start of the organization that comes from them. I really express my highest gratitude for both of them. Thank you, sir. Next, there is no words to say, but he is an inspiration, still down to earth, silent, always understanding, balancing, managing, supporting, and who always wishes us for the growth of the organization through conference, who initiate, who enlighten, who stops, who kept silent, who motivate, who encourage. It is none other than our Dr. M.S. Patil sir, who really support in all the way. In his absentia, I would like to express my gratitude. Next, Ambika ma'am, who is always supporting with Patil sir. So we really wonder, it's like more our brothers. And I extend my thanks to Ambika madam as well. Now, yeah, so we can't say it's a backbone. And the person who starts, who at the midnight and who traveled, so is none other than our beloved principal sir, Dr. Narendra Vishwanath sir. who is heavy in both personality and values, and who is a really motivator and who puts the challenge and keeps observing in the background. Okay, so that is really I express my thanks to you, sir, for all the support. So who worked hard, listen a lot of critical comments, who is none other than our conveners, Dr. Manjula, Dr. Umesh, Dr. Pradeep sir, who worked hard in spite of the NAC work and other work. It's a mixed combination of work, who supported, who convene in all the way. So I express my appreciation to all these people. Next, the technical advisor. Any conference will get success when there is a strong technical advisors. We had a Dr. William from Denmark, Dr. SIET from Austria, and Dr. Nalini and Dr. Nandini Siddharth from Australia. So we have a rich international advisors who supported, guided and reviewed the research paper. I express my gratitude in their absentia, which will live casting and they are watching there. So thanks to all of the reviewers. Next, here we have Buya sir teacher, Dr. Rajashekharaya, who is a professor from AMC College. So he is a session chair for the today conference. So I really, you came all the way from Bangalore. I really express my gratitude to you, sir. Yeah, thank you. And all other session chair who are assembler, Dr. Mithun from Christ University, Dr. Anupama from Akshay, so Dr. Ravi from KIT. So for all of you, I express my gratitude. And now, aides and deans of our SIET who supported in all the way for organizing this conference through student, through their staff, subordinate. I express my highest thanks to the aides and deans. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ananda. Now I take this opportunity to appreciate all the staff members, organizers who worked hard day and night, who picked from airport and who made all the arrangement to our chief guest and the conference. I take this opportunity to express appreciation and thanks to all the staff member and faculty member and technical staff, student of our institute. Last but not the least, all the knowledge seeker, researcher, innovator, participants, academicians, industrialists who came from different places and assembled here for the darkness to lightness. So this is for knowledge seeking. So I appreciate and thanks to all of you. It is for you. Big applause for you. So thanks for the opportunity. With this, I conclude my vote of thanks. Kindly ensure and utilize the sessions and track that are organized. Thank you, one and all.
So we are very much thankful to the chief convener of this IC3, the international conference, Dr. Dinesh H.A., Professor, Department of Computer Science, for the vote of thanks. Now it's the time for the national anthem. I request every one of you.
Jala jala dita ranga
बोलो भारत माता की, बोलो भारत माता की, बोलो भारत माता की. The session in the afternoon will commence at 1:30. The participants, the student volunteers and the staff have the lunch arranged. Kindly take the lunch and assemble quickly for the next track sessions.
Congregation, please maintain a queue. Okay, please maintain a queue. And the participants, I hope so you know your venue. According to your tracks, you can assemble at the respective venue. And regarding workshop, all the students who are registered for workshop can assemble here at 2:30. 2:30 p.m. you can assemble here. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
Zoom meeting ಇಲ್ಲಿ telecast ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಶಶಿ